I was saying, he got arrested. Well, he didn't get arrested yet. He was found guilty of the charges of him sexually abusing women on more than one account. So now that Bill Cosby is going to prison and being sentenced, I don't see why they would have an old man. How they would have an old man in prison. First of all, Bill Cosby's going blind in his eyes. He hardly could see. That's one thing. Two, if you're going blind, why would you send a blind man to prison? Another thing, he's 80 years old. Eventually, sooner or later, he might die. No offense to the statement, but he's really old. I mean, that doesn't justify what he did was right, but still, him being what they call the father figure to most people, him being the father figure to most people was good and everything, but as of now, he's going to prison for what he's done. And because of what he did, he's the one that started the movement, the Me Too movement. Now you have all these celebrities coming up saying they were molested by this actor, or that actor touched them, or this director put their hands on me. For instance, now with the case with Donald Trump, that's outrageous too. Here you have the president who was dating a male stripper, not a male stripper, a female stripper. A lot of people don't be in their right mind when they do these type of things. They don't think correctly. I mean, you're the president for God's sake. You're the family person people look up to on the daily. You can't just be like, well, today I'm going to, I don't know where, molest this lady, or I'm gonna sexually abuse this lady. Like, can't be doing that. My thoughts are, I mean, understand that you did what you did, but now you're saying that all these women agreed to you doing these type of things. And if you my thing is also, if you didn't do these things, then you didn't do them. But a lot of people saying you did them, a lot of people saying you did them, do them. Which is it? And then on top of that, you have people, excuse me, you have people who looked up to you for many years, and now you expect them to think, because you think just because you sexually abuse these people that you're gonna get away with it. No, sir, you can't get away with stuff like that. Sexually abusing a woman or any person of any race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender doesn't fly. You can't just sit there and be like, well, today I'm gonna decide to give an example. You can't just say, well, I'm gonna sexually molest the boy next door. Like, no. That's the same thing that happened with R. Kelly pressing on the girl. I don't think he ever got arrested for it, but he did press on a girl. Then you have the child case with Michael Jackson. They said that he used to like little boys, sexually molest little boys. I mean, if you're into those type of things, then yeah, but if you're not, then there's no need for you to be sitting there and putting your hands on a little boy, like, or a female, and thinking you're gonna get away with it, because you're not. There's no way that you should be molesting or putting your hands on anybody. And that's what a lot of celebrities don't get. You're not supposed to put your hands on these people. Like, that's like saying, I'm going to put my hands on your mother. Like, that's not what we do. That's not correct. Like, you don't just be like, well, today I'm going to do what I got to do. No, because it's not right. Maybe, and then on top of that, maybe he wasn't in his right side of mind when he sexually abused those women. Like, or he felt that his wife wasn't giving him the love and attention that he needed at the time. But then again, if your significant other doesn't give you the time you need, like, to have a healthy relationship, there's a lot to having a healthy relationship that a lot of people don't know. Like, you're supposed to show affection and have love. And every now and again, take your wife, husband, whatever, on a date. Like, just have some you time. And if he felt like his wife wasn't doing those things for him, then I don't see what's the whole point in staying in a relationship that kind of way. I mean, he had to have some reason and sexually abusing these women. And if he thought that I was okay, then he's wrong. He's really wrong for thinking that abusing women is the right thing to do. But my thing is, too, on top of that, he shouldn't get a hard sentence for it. I mean, the man is kind of old. He's, no offense, he's old. He's 80 years old. Well, what an 80-year-old, ooh, sorry, my camera fell. What an 80-year-old man is gonna do in prison? He's not gonna survive long. He's 80 years old. God forbid he could die next week. God forbid he could die during sentencing. Like, when they tell him what his sentence is. Like, God forbid he died on the first day he gets to prison. Come on. There's other things you have to think about. And now, on top of that, now they saying, being that he's convicted of his crimes, they saying that it's possible he could get life in prison. I mean, like I said already, the man is 80 years old. What kind of man gets life in prison if you're already old? You're decades old, and you're on trial for something that happened decades ago. That doesn't make no sense. But my thing is, too, if that happened during that time, why didn't you come forward at the time it happened? Why would you come forward years later and be like, well, I was molested by so-and-so, and think it's okay to say that now that everybody's starting to come forward with stuff? You could have did that years ago, but you're doing it now. I don't understand where people like to do those things now and just be like, all right, I'm gonna come forward and be like, well, this man molested me. I don't like the idea of that. I mean, whatever floats the boat, But then again, you have to understand, he's really old. You can't think it's okay to give this man a life sentence if he's already old. You feel me? And I just don't like those type of things. And I think that if things were better, then he would have already been in prison and already would have gotten out. So I don't like the fact that the woman came for it. It was like he molested me now. Like, I don't understand. And then another thing that I don't like about certain people, when they had the press conference about Usher too, on top of that, they were saying Usher gave people herpes, and Usher was like, I don't even know half these women, and why would Usher give somebody herpes? Like, come on. I mean, then on top of that, Usher, they didn't do a trial. Usher was never convicted. But I think a lot of these people who do things like that are just looking for attention and looking to get some type of money, some kind of way. Because you all know a lot of people just do it for attention. They want to do it for fame. They try to do these things. But if this lady, if Miss Constance was really molested by Bill Cosby, if I was Miss Constance, I would have came forward 20, 30 years ago and been like, all right, listen, X, Y, and Z happened, and I want to know what you're going to do about it. You decided to come forward at the end of 2007, well, close to the end of 2017, and say X, Y, and Z happened with me and Bill Cosby. And I feel like now is the time for me to tell you that X, Y, and Z happened. If you would have told them back then, like I said, this man wouldn't have been going on trial. As most people see on the news, as far as this trial went, he used to have to walk around with people. Like, he always walks around with a young guy or a young woman next to him. The man is going blind. He can't see. One. Another thing, he's old. He's 80 years old. Why would you want to give an 80-year-old a life sentence? That doesn't make sense. That's two. Three, like I said already, I don't think it would have been a great idea to come forward now, Miss Constance, being that everything happened already. I don't understand. But she came forward. She told her story. Other women that caused other women that had sexual relations with Bill Cosby to come forward and say, listen, you're not alone. I was there too and stuff. But yes, whatever floats your boat to some people about the whole Bill Cosby situation, how things get around, I feel like things could have been better for him. Or things should have went a different way. His attorney was saying that he doesn't think Bill Cosby actually drugged these women to have these sexual relations. But who knows? The only people that really know what really happened on those days were those women and Bill Cosby. Now, Bill Cosby saying these women, how you call it? That everything was consensual sex between him and these women. Now, if you drugged them and didn't ask them, they wasn't in a right state of mind to tell you, give consent to say, well, yeah, we can have sex, or no, we can't have sex. But That's crazy. They really thinking about giving this man a life sentence. He's 80 years old. He's gonna die. He's not gonna survive long in prison. He's old already. Like, yeah, he's old. It's not like he's the same Bill Cosby who was on the Bill Cosby show, or what's those others? He did a thing, DVD when I was younger that I used to like. I can't remember it. Then you had, he used to do, kids do the darnest things, and shows like that. Everybody looks at him as a father figure. But now that this happened, they don't look at him the same way anymore, which is crazy. So guys, leave your comments down below about how you feel about this trial. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Joe back in the car once again. And I am back with another YouTube video. Sorry, I look a little rough. Been up for about 40 minutes. So, yeah. In today's video, I'm gonna be talking about the Cosby trial. Those of you who know, Bill Cosby was on trial for sexually molesting a Temple University student, an employee, not student. Drugging her drink and having sex with her, basically. So he was on trial for that. The first trial he went to got dismissed. Now, when they did the second trial again, sorry about that. When they did the second trial again, things were different. The first trial got dismissed. Those of you who don't know, first trial got missed, but now this trial that they just did, Bill Cosby was found guilty. Guilty. And